Hola, hola, hola guys, it's me and I'm coming to you with, I guess, a pretty much get ready with me, first impressions video, experimenting video, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So I was purging my makeup room and I realized that I bumped into this little jewel here that I actually purchased several months ago. Never got to it, never used it, nothing. So I decided, what better time than now to try it, since I am going to the wonderful world of the supermarket. So let me try and glamorize myself a little bit, or at least look like people's, because every time I go to the supermarket, or if I go do laundry or something, which are pretty much the only two places I've been going to during quarantine, I look like a bum. So I figured, let me try, I don't know, slap on some makeup. And I don't know, I personally have never really used Ulta makeup before. I always just felt that it was not, honestly, the greatest quality. You know, a lot of brand makeup of the original brand of the stores, you know, it's usually not that high end and not great quality. So I never really got into buying Ulta products. But I have it here. And here it is. So it is one of these little thingies, and this was like a holiday thing because I think I got this around November, and it was basically one of these plastic compartment thingies, these little storage things, and in it is Ulta makeup. So in each drawer, it looks like there's like a blush palette here and an eyeshadow palette. It looks like, oh, there's a lot of stuff here. Okay, there's some lip products. A primer. I didn't even realize that. I would have tried it on, but unfortunately I already put on foundation and primer. Wow, there are two primers here. Don't I feel like a big dull dud? Alright, so I'm just going to use what I can. I guess I probably should have looked at this a little better. So just to get out of the way, I don't know if any one of you has ever tried the primer. I personally have never tried the primer. So here is the primer right here. This is the Ulta Beauty Poreless Face Primer. Smooths and refines pores. So unfortunately, I will not be able to put this on. However, I can at least put it on my hand and see how it looks. And this is pretty much a silicone based primer, very silicone-y, very clear. So that's pretty much what it is. Let's see how it feels. It feels a little rather thick in the beginning, but it actually feels really nice once you rub it in your hand. Okay, it's a very, very like almost not there scent. Very, very not there almost. Okay, so there's the primer. Actually, it feels pretty nice coming on, and it feels kind of silicone-y, but then it kind of feels like it falls into the skin really nicely. What's the word I'm looking for? It kind of feels like kind of like a silky finish. So all right, maybe next time I will try this out, maybe with my other makeup, and I can just give you guys an update on what I think about it. All right, so what else? All right, so in one of these drawers, ooh, I hate that noise. Sorry if that bothers you. So in the top drawer, this looks like this is a blush. It looks like a blush and highlighter kit. So there is, matte bronzer. So these are the bronzers. Interesting. So here you go right here. So these two, this is a matte bronzer, shimmer bronzer. Okay, so this side are all mattes. So these are the bronzers, blush. This is mauve, pink blush, and a gold highlighter. And then here, these are all shimmers. So this is shimmer bronzer, shimmer rose blush, shimmer coral blush, and then you have a rose gold highlighter. So that's pretty interesting. I like that they give you some options. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the side, close this little drawer. So on the other side is an eyeshadow palette. So I'm not sure how good this eyeshadow palette will be. So here is the palette right here, and these are all the colors. So you have some mattes, you have some shimmers, and that's pretty much it. Mattes and shimmers. So those are all the colors. Kind of small, But considering that this is coming in an organizer, I think that it really is a good value and it does make a good gift. They should have, if they don't, this should be coming back in stock sometime. I think that it would really make a nice gift. All right, so the next product, okay, so I'm just gonna pull out the drawer so I can show you. So you have, here's a matte eye primer. Then you have brow tint in medium, which is gonna be too dark for me. I already know. Then you have 3 eyeliners. So you have one in charcoal, one in brown, and one in black, which are these. And then these are, okay, these are lippies. So these 2 are matte lipsticks, and then these are lip glosses. Okay, so let me just, ooh, oh my God, I can't. All right, and then on the bottom drawer are brushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out these brushes, hopefully without breaking a nail, because my nails are so freaking weak since I have taken out the acrylic. All right, so here are the brushes, and these are pretty much little travel size brushes. As you can see, this is a nice little angled brush. Here's a flat brush, and this looks pretty much like a blending brush. And then this pretty much, okay, this is a blush brush, which is nice. They don't feel the best of quality, I'll be honest with you. They don't feel like the most wonderful, luxurious quality, but hopefully they will get the job done. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I've already put on my foundation, my brows, and all that. Foundation, I am using again the Wander Nude Illusion liquid foundation in the color Fair. I'm using my new go-to concealer, which is the Too Faced Peach Concealer, and this is in the color Whipped Cream. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to put on a little bit of the matte eye primer and see how that works. Just a little bit to see. Ooh, it feels rather thick. Alrighty, which isn't a bad thing in a primer. And I'm just gonna put a little bit. Oh, and you know, it actually feels, wow, it feels tacky upon application actually. I like that it blends in really well with my eyelid. It definitely blended well. It canceled out any extra discoloration that I had actually. And let me see, so doing this with the finger really was nice. Definitely has a tacky thing going on, and that's not a bad thing. Really like that. That's nice. I actually like that coverage on there. So let me see, do the other eye here. Okay, so I just put this brush that already had powder on it, and I just dabbed a little bit, not too much. I just wanted to, I guess, set a little faster. But no, I actually like how this primer looks. I don't know if it's because I haven't used primer, because I usually use concealer. But yeah, it looks nice. It actually evened out the color really nicely. Nice coverage. It had a nice tacky feel, and it doesn't feel bad at all. So far I'm liking the eye primer. Okay, so we're going to go into the eye palette, and let's see. Now I'm going to try to use these little brushes that were provided. Now, I'm letting you know though, y'all, that the minute these start like pissing me off because they're small and not great quality, I will be changing to one of my regular brushes. I'm just letting you know. So I'm going into this color right over here, which is the lightest color. And for some reason, the colors are wrong actually. See, behind here says matte brown, and over here it says matte cream. So obviously it had to be in reverse. So, all right, so I'm gonna be going into the matte cream. There is no mirror here, unfortunately. So get my trusty mirror, and I'm just going to take that matte cream color. And it looks like, oh God, this brush is so tiny. So I'm gonna have to like keep dabbing into the brush just so that I cover everything. So I'm just taking that matte color and just putting it over my entire eye. Oh God. It doesn't feel terrible, the brush, but I mean, you can just tell that, you know, when you use a brush, you're like, like you're not you're kind of special. Okay, so let me see, what color should I use next? Ooh. All right, so there's a lot of shimmers. There's more shimmers than anything else. There's a couple of mattes. Let me see. All right, you know what? Maybe I should just keep it simple. So let me go, you know what? Let me see what this color looks really light, but I'm gonna try and start with this color. I was kind of looking at this color, but let me go up there and try that one. Then again, who knows how pigmented these things are, because I just don't know. And let's see. Ugh. Oh yeah, this is a darker color. Well, it looks like that in the pan. But as far, oh my gosh, this is just, and this is a crease brush. So this should be like doing the job, but not so much. All right, so I'm gonna try what I can. But I mean, it's not terrible, but it definitely, yeah, you definitely, you need some patience with these brushes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and change the brush, because if I don't, like, this is gonna take me, I'm gonna be here forever. All right, so, I mean, it's not, I guess, it's not terrible if you're maybe a beginner, or, you know, if this is for like a simple, you know, on-the-go makeup thing, then I guess this wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But to have this as usual, you know, but again, I mean, I would assume anyway, the purpose of this is just, you know, like a travel thing. It's really not. All right, so I'm going back into, I'm just gonna use my Morphe brush because I gotta, okay, so that's looking a little better now. All right, so I went ahead and I just pretty much just fixed up. I put this lighter one around right before the brow bone, and then I'm just trying to shade it as best I can, and just trying to blend. I don't have anything negative to really say about the eyeshadow. I think for the most part that it's actually blending kind of well. A little bit of fallout, yeah, a little bit, nothing serious that I see. So I'm happy to report that at least. But the eyeshadows, I mean, as far as I see, really aren't too bad. Okay, so that's fine. Went ahead and blended, got my little blending brush, finished blending things out. Not using the other brushes, y'all. Maybe I'll use this one, the blush brush, just to get some blush going. I don't think it should mess up that badly. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm thinking putting a cute little shimmer. So there's lots of shimmers here to choose from. And I don't know, I'm kind of digging this kind of like peachy, it kind of looks like a peachy tone to me. Let me see. Oh, it's really light. Oh, it's super light. I don't even think that would show on my eyelid. Oh man, that sucks. All right, so I'm kind of like swatching all of them, and they're all pretty light actually. I mean, they're on here, but if I was to swatch them, like, they're super light. So that's not necessarily a good thing. So yeah, now I have to decide which one I'm gonna use. I guess just to be on the safe side, because I think this would probably be the only one that would show, I guess I would probably have to use this like pale color over here, which is Shimmer Gold. Doesn't really look much of a gold, and frankly it's like super light. Okay, so I'm really putting that on my finger there. It's like really light, takes a lot. I'm hoping that you can see it on the lid. Okay, so you do see it. It's not so shimmery though. It's really not. It's just kind of like, I mean, there's shimmer on it, don't get me wrong. Like, there is. But, I mean, I guess it doesn't look bad. Obviously the best way to apply this is with your finger. I don't think that anything would come out with a brush. So definitely the finger is the way to go in applying these shimmers. I'm really surprised. I'm kind of disappointed, but at the same time it's like, should you be disappointed, girl? Because this is Ulta makeup. So alright, so it's not horrible. But I kind of was expecting it to be just a little more shimmery than what's coming out. Coverage is good, but like I said, I am really dipping my finger in this pan. So that's really the only reason why I'm getting some pigmentation on here. So yeah. So yeah, man, that was kind of poopy. I kind of was like wanting to really to really have that shimmer thing going on, but it's okay. I'm gonna take off the little bit of powder that I had under here and over here. I was tempted to put that brow tint, but I know for a fact that it's gonna be dark on me because it's a medium. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna put a little bit. So this is the Ulta brow tint medium. I have really got to start slowing down in the way I talk. I was actually watching a live of one of my friends. I'm putting this on really lightly. Like I can already see it's dark. Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying, and she sells paparazzi jewelry, and it was interesting what she said, and it made sense. Because she talks pretty quick too, and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry guys, you know, I don't know if maybe it's like my anxiety that I'm talking about." And then I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know what? I think that's what it is with me, because I deal with anxiety a lot, and I feel when I tend to, I guess, be nervous or be anxious, I tend to talk really fast or I stumble over my words. I try not to do that. So it's still, you know, still work in progress. Okay, so I did put a little bit of that tint. It is dark, but I just try to comb through it a little bit. I think that as long as I keep it like really minimal, then it shouldn't be a problem. All right, so the look isn't bad. I'm kind of digging it. All right, I should probably line my eyes and I'll be back. All right, so I went ahead and lined. I was gonna tight line with my lash liner from KVD Beauty. I can never get that right. KVD, right? Vegan Beauty? Whatever. And then I remembered that I have those pencils. So I'm gonna go ahead, even though I never ever use a pencil to tight line, I always use the lash liner because it just seems so much easier for me. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and use one of the liners here. Oh my god, I hate that it does that. It makes my teeth hurt. All right, so here is the Ulta Beauty eyeliner pencil in the color black, and I'm gonna just go ahead and try to tight line, even though I do a not so great job tight lining with a pencil. I mean, that's actually how I started, but then when I discovered the lash liner, it was just so much easier. All right, so I'm trying to see. Oh, look, you know, there is some gliding. I'm just kind of like worried because since it's a point, I want to stab myself. Okay, so just so that you see the difference when you tight line, you can obviously see that, you know, there's some space here that's, you know, obviously under my eye. Those are my lashes. And then when you tight line, it just looks a little bit fuller. So I would recommend, if you're doing it with a pencil, you're going to want to apply it on the side, not like this because you're going to stab yourself. So you're going to do it on the side and then just little by little do it that way. And then if you want to like experiment with putting on like liquid liner under there, then you can try that. I also took the pencil and just glided it a little bit over the liquid liner, so it kind of looks nice. I like the coverage. It's a nice black color. So my only question is, which it probably will it smudge? It probably will, but that's okay. Okay, so the pencil, I've only used one, but so far it's okay. It's a decent product. I can't really complain too much about it. It's probably gonna smudge. It's not waterproof or anything like that. It's just a regular standard black eyeliner. But I actually liked it. It has good pigmentation. I was able to tightline with it. I probably would still do the liquid because I'm used to the liquid, and it just has a different effect. It just has a much more different look. So yeah, all right. So now I'm going to go ahead and get into this little palette here, which has the bronzers, the blushes, and the highlighters. So I'm gonna take my little trusty brush over here, just wipe off a little bit of the excess that I have, and I'm going to go ahead with one of the bronzers. Now, one is a matte and one is a shimmer, so I don't know. I'm gonna try the matte first just to see how it looks, and just hoping it's actually a nice color. I mean, it's very light, so if you are fair, this is going to benefit you. If you're just starting out, also this is going to be pretty good. Okay, I feel like putting on the other one, the shimmer bronzer, just to see the difference, or maybe I should swirl them together. See what the problem is that these are so put together, like they're so closely put in the palette that I actually got some of the blush color on there. So I'm gonna stay near, or stay clear actually, of that right there. And just do this instead. Not to put too much, I don't wanna look crazy either. But this is nice. This gives me a nice warm, you know, nice warmth going on. This is cute. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe try the blush, and for that I'm gonna use the blush brush that was included. Let's see how that goes. So here's the little blush. All right, so you have these crazy pinks. So this is a matte and a rose. So I'm guessing this is the rose. Then you have the pink, and then you have the coral. So yeah, I think maybe I will use maybe these two here. I'm gonna mix them together. I mean, let's see. Just because they look a little. And I think I'm gonna actually touch a little bit of the bronzer, just because I don't want it so bright. If it is bright, you know, I don't know if it's bright. It is bright. Oh my God. Do you see that? And I'm trying to like disperse it. Okay, so the blush problem has been fixed. So that blush was like super bright. And it would have been better if I applied it on a bigger brush, a blush brush, say something like this. So something small like this, it didn't blend the blush well at all. It was like nowhere to go. So yeah, but lesson learned. I can use this brush for other things, you know, not a problem. So, you know, don't hate the brush, just, you know, couldn't really fulfill the need. But yeah, they're very bright, these brushes. All right, so let me try on one of the highlighters. I'm really hoping the highlighter works out somehow. So here are the two highlighters. So one is like a more rose gold, and let me see. I don't really have high expectations for these. They're not really, they look powdery, so I don't know, but I guess let's see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the lighter one. It definitely shows up on the brush, as you can see, but it looks really powdery. So let's see what happens here. So yeah, I see. You know what? It's actually not so bad. It's not so bad. You can see that actually. I'm kind of relieved. Kind of relieved. It's not so horrible. Okay, so It's not so bad actually. Okay, the highlighter I can live with. It's actually doesn't look bad. So I put some over here in the brow bone as well. Put some on the chin. I think I maybe put a little bit too much. All right, so that's not too terrible. All right, I can live with the highlighter. It's not awful. All right, so that's the little palette of the blushes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on mascara. Line again because I like to line double after I'm done, especially if I'm not using lashes, because I want to, you know, be able to really have that nice little eye thing going on, nice eye look. And then I guess I'll pick one of the lipsticks. Okay, so I put on my Better Than Sex mascara and I lined a little bit higher in this eye, and I just wanted you to see the difference, which is why I like doing this with or without lashes. But it's really a plus when you do it without lashes, especially because, you know, since you don't have that boom factor of lashes, I really feel that just, you know, making it a little higher than this one, you can see that this eye looks a little more awake or whatever. They both look fine, obviously, but I think with this one, just looks a little more awake. So I just wanted to show that to you really quickly. So I'm gonna finish the other eye, and then we're gonna pick a lip. Okay, so I just wanted to show you the two lip glosses because I'm not going to be wearing them. This one is Rose Gold Shimmer and this one is Pink Shimmer, just so that you can see how they look. I'm pretty sure that these are just a standard gloss. They're clear. Yeah, they're pretty much clear. They don't really have color on it. Don't smell like anything. So they're gonna have like a little bit of shimmer on it, and that's pretty much about it. So this is the Rose Gold, which has a little bit more of a tint, and it has a little bit of shimmer, not too much. So those were the two little lip glosses. So I'm going to go ahead and put on one of the lippies. So this one is Dusty Mauve and this one is Canyon. I like them both. However, I think that Canyon may be calling me a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on and hopefully it's nice. Where's my mirror? I don't know where my mirror went. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try this on and see what happens. Oh, look at that. Okay. Woo. Alright guys, so here's my glamorous look to go to the supermarket. So overall, this actually was pretty okay. The Ulta makeup, you know, I think overall it's actually not bad. The eyeshadow palette was not terrible. I'm sure that there are colors that are going to be better than others, like the shimmers. I mean, none of them were like barely showing up on my fingers. So I'm sure that some of them are going to be better than others. Maybe this is good for like a beginner, you know, if you're experimenting with makeup. I think that this is a much more easier, safer, and affordable way to find some makeup and just start experimenting. The palette with the blushes and all of that, very pigmented blushes. The bronzers were nice. The highlighters actually were surprisingly okay. I think that maybe if I wet them, maybe I'll get a little more out of them. But they actually were not horrible. I did use the brow tint, which basically got it done, but I only used a little bit because that's a medium and I'm definitely not a medium. One of my favorites was the eye primer. I think that this was actually good, the matte eye primer. I was pleasantly surprised. So I think that I'm probably going to keep using this little doohickey here. I actually did like it. The brushes, I'm gonna say no. I was not a fan of the brushes. I do not like the brushes. I don't even think I would take them on a travel or anything. I personally just don't like the quality of the brushes. And let me see, the liners, the eyeliners were pretty okay. Still there, still haven't smudged, you know, not yet. So I think that it was pretty cool. I think that they're pretty decent. And the lip colors, so far it's okay. They are dry. It feels a little tiny bit sticky. It feels almost as if it's not 100% dry, but I have other liquid lip colors that do that as well, so it wouldn't necessarily be a deal breaker for me, you know what I mean? So if it doesn't bother you too much, so if it doesn't bother you too much, then you can probably get away with catching a couple of these colors. The glosses are decent. I don't think that they're, you know, anything big or extravagant about it. They're lip glosses. You know, they're glosses with some shimmer in it, and I think it's just, you know, basic stuff. So that's about it, y'all. But so yeah, and then the nicest thing is that you get this cute little organizer and you can use it. I think I'm gonna put my jewelry in it now that I found it. Put the rest of my jewelry in here. So thank you guys for watching. Obviously I don't know if there's something like this on Ulta. I don't know if there's something similar. I can search, and if I find something, I'll put it in the link below. But if not, these should be back around the holidays, because like I said, that is when I got this one. But I think that either way, it was good to try out the products of Ulta. So if you have never tried the Ulta products, like I personally have not, it's a good way to, you know, just try out and see what you like and don't like. So I think I'll probably pick up some lippies from Ulta maybe. And the products, they weren't bad. So I think that it's probably in a good idea, a good price range for you to try out some Ulta products and just experiment with what works for you and, you know, what doesn't quite work for you. So thank you guys for watching. Please like my video and comment, subscribe. Don't forget that I'm still doing my 1K giveaway. It is over on the 15th. If the quarantine is lifted, if it's extended, which I doubt that it will be extended because I really haven't heard anything about any extensions, so it should be fine. But of course, any updates I will let you know, and that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. Be healthy, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.